Greetings once again, pirates on the high seas, Duuz-Diz-Din, back with more One Piece. Now previously, Luffy did it. He managed to drive Kaido, well, not so much out of Wano, but deep within Wano, deep within the magma of the nearby volcano, to join Big Mom, who was sent there by Kid and Law. And as Yamato helped Nekomamushi declare Luffy's victory, everyone cheered. Although some of the Beast Pirates, much like when Luffy was defeated and his forces didn't believe, the Beast Pirates fully believed that Kaido was still going to make a comeback. It took Yamato coming in and declaring their father was no more for the Beast Pirates to finally lay down their arm. Everyone was able to take in their newfound victory. Chopper had his work cut out for him with so many injured, but injured means alive, at least for many. Meanwhile, Momonosuke had told Junisha that, well, originally the plan was to follow his father's word, to open the borders of Wano. Momonosuke felt that it wasn't quite time for that just yet. And so, he gathered up Hiyori and the Scabbard and traveled to the flower capital, where upon sight, naturally, many thought it was Kaido. But no, Momonosuke declared that he was not Kaido. Kaido had finally been defeated, and a new age was to come to Wano. And as he landed, kicking up much dust, the townspeople saw them one at a time. First Hiyori came out, shocking the people as they believed that Komurasaki, the Oiran, had died, getting them ready to believe in miracles. Next was Denjiro, who the people recognized as Conjurer, no longer with his foe Pompadour. And as someone who they had gotten to know and trust over the years, he would help them understand the new, brighter direction of the land of Wano. Are happy days really here? Especially after a volcano erupts? Well, a volcanic eruption goes off just off the coast of Wano? Is this heralding in a positive future or an oncoming apocalypse? Join me as I find out, won't you? He returns, the Shogun of the land of Wano, Kozuki Momonosuke. Yeah, rolling up with the crew. How is it possible? Run. That's just a natural response these people have. It's kinda sad. No. You're all mistaken. They're not Kaido. Kaido is gone. Stop. Don't need to run. I don't think that dragon we saw was Kaido. So there are two dragons. I don't understand. If that wasn't Kaido, who was that dragon? Boss Kyoshiro, Komurasaki. Why is she here? What's going on in front of the castle? What's this all about, Boss Kyoshiro? You two are famous, but I wonder if everyone remembers us. It does help that they built notoriety. Drip exclusively for this. Kin, acting like a man who wasn't just stabbed so many times and beaten. Kinemon, Firefox Kinemon. Why, I thought he died in the burning castle that day. Why is he here? Am I dreaming just as I thought? Are we in the other world? Did we die at some point? Oh, I don't care if I'm dreaming or not. Feels like something big is about to happen. Yokozuna, Kawamatsu the Kappa, Dogstorm. Why is the Mist here too? Nobody said anything about Shinobu. Cat Viper Donna and Kikunojo of the Fallen Snow. Boss Kyoshiro, what is this all about? Oh, napping Kyoshiro is my alternate identity to hide my origin. In actuality, I am a member of the Akazaya 9. Denjiro. No doubt, they're the Akazaya 9. They're alive. Akazaya came back. I do love the majesty of all this. I thought all of them died 20 years ago. What Toki said was true. Yeah, it's quite something. Somebody set up a light scroll. Let the whole country know. Hurry up. And Kuri, an image from the capital. Everyone get to Bakura town. Jeez, those giant Dendemushi are so weird. What? In Ringo! Something has happened at the capital. Oh, Onimaru. Hakamai. Is this about the earthquake? Kibi, I thought the whole region was going to collapse. And Udon, which actually collapsed. Yep, Babanuki. Hey, forget about the broadcast. No, you don't want to forget about that. Ebisu Town. What happened? What is it? We're receiving a transmission from the flower capital. We will play the light scroll. Jeez, even in here. Huh? What? Kaido's son. Yes, good to see you. You want to fight? Stop resisting. Because what? The battle isn't over yet. Oh, no, I'm not your enemy. I always read about you guys in newspapers. Oh, I might doubt as to whether many of you were human, but actually, you have foreign. Immediately prejudice. Do you say Kaido's son? Nami, I'm coming now. Hey, I'm going to join your crew from now on. I am Yamato, aka Kozuki Oden, it's good to meet you. What? You're gonna join us? I like that. I really like that. What a funny boy. But we can't accept that until we hear it from our captain. I know. Yeah. It's going to be a while before he wakes up. I wonder if Luffy will be alright. He's rubber. He always bounces back. But that battle gave me chills the way he fought. It was like, whack, boom, kabam. It was awesome. I wish you were there to see it. What an explanation. Hey, let's get out of here. Yeah. They shouldn't be here. They'll do to us what they did to them. Hey, stop! Who said you could leave? You don't want to be slaves, young Master Yamato. Stop or I'll kick your ass. And escape? That's unbecoming of a soldier. Shut up and stay there, you guys. I'll punish you, don't move. Seems like he's not our enemy. But yeah, what happened to those two? Our powers will be undone when the same moon rises. Yeah, the explanation of how Tama's abilities work, it's just like, oh, it's permanent enslavement. No, it's about a month, which people still had a bit of an issue with, but at the same time, let's be honest, with some of the shit they pulled, a month of servitude isn't the worst thing for them. And Tama's not mean about a lot of things either. She does not abuse her power, as it were. You mean in a month? That's right. Some animals will turn back to normal after a month, and some will stay tamed. I see. Maybe it depends on their character. I think they'll choose whichever is more comfortable. Nay, Master. I'm happier staying as I am. Or Selena, I wish for you to stay too. Yeah, for speed, hasn't it already been a month? I keep forgetting. Because she was one of the first to be turned, but not as a servant. I want you to stay with me forever like a mother. Oh, oof. Ursulina, Master, thank you very much. I'm so happy. Ursulina, you're holding me a little too tight. Tama and Ursulina, I'm happy for them. Yeah. The real main event. Look, Komurasaki-kin and the others knelt down. It's literally a big reveal for everyone. Who is that? He wields the Amino Habakiri. It has been 20 years since my father Kozuki Oden died. Father, don't tell me. I'm glad that you lived through the long, hard years. Of course, eye catch. It has been 20 years since my father Kozuki Oden died. Father, don't tell me. I'm glad that you lived through the long, hard years. What? I'm confused. Understandable. The fire festival will not end. Starting tomorrow, you can start whatever business you want. What? But Orochi you can drink all you want too. What? Like, I love how that's what caught his attention. Oh, don't mind if I do. Well, the water will be free of charge. The factories will not be allowed to release poison that ruins the land. The land of Wano is no place for slavery. Immediate abolishment. Momo? You do not need to suffer anymore. Oh, is this what I think it is? Yeah, the realization that Komochio had been with her ever since it was a puppy. It's Komochio has been with Tama a long time. I think a lot of us originally thought that Komochio was, much like the one baboon or whatever, take it in, but no, Komochio's been with Tama a long, long time. 4 more died at the factory today. Maybe that will be me tomorrow. Jeez, yeah. Someone has to tell Tama. Oh, Tama, I hate to tell you, but your father and mother are already, Dad, Mom, rest in peace. I'm gonna be okay. Tickle. Something that they didn't really show is if you look closely at the grave. Oddly enough, they're part of the Kurozumi clan. A lot of people kind of clued into that back when the manga came out, showing that in Orochi's quest for vengeance, he used Kanjuro, and Tama suffered. Hell, there was probably gotten to a point where whoever survived that Kurozumi purge that was going on probably ended up suffering at the hands of Orochi ultimately. Orochi was so focused on his selfish quest of vengeance, he didn't even actually seek out anyone who managed to survive to help them in the long run. And ultimately, no one ever finds out that Tama is a Kurozumi. Shoot, I don't even think Tama herself is aware of her full lineage, which has its ups and downs. They never truly acknowledge what was started by people hunting down the Kurozumi. Although Oda has said that even if anyone were to find out that Tama was a Kurozumi, they wouldn't really hold it against her. So, there is that. But Orochi's vengeance sure was selective. Woven hats for sale. Does anybody need a hat? They're tough and durable. It's a great deal. Do you want a hat? Sorry, I don't have money. Hats for sale. Does anybody need a hat? Komochi, I'm sorry. I couldn't sell any hat. Honestly, she's lucky she managed to survive on her own, for the most part. Does anybody need a hat? Hats for sale. A hat. Does anybody need a hat? Aw, may I have a hat? Oh, Hitetsu, are you an orphan? Stay strong. Just a few more years. When the strong samurai group named Kozuki returns, it'll signal the downfall of the demon. Kozuki? I will believe. If Kozuki will take down the demons for us, I'll stay strong. I'm gonna be okay. Aw, Tama, Master, Tama, I'll make it your everyday life. By the time we leave this country, I'll make it a place where you can eat as much as you want. Aww. A young child should never have to have endured so much. Orochi's tyranny and the days of being threatened by Kaido are over. Yes. Yes, Momo. The dependable friends I made across the sea. With the ninja pirates Mank Samurai Alliance, we raided Onigashima. Kaido, Orochi, and the Animal Kingdom Pirates. They're playing like an orchestral version of We Are in the background. It's so slight, but I can still tell. All the evils that threaten this country, we have punished them. What? This is very similar to Vivi's declaration to a certain extent, but a lot more public. Did you take down those monsters? That hateful Orochi is gone? What alliance? I love kids saying that, like, alliance. Like, dude. Dude, what the fuck did you think all those boats you met at sea were? I don't need to be afraid anymore. Yeah, I can drink clean water. The hellish days are over. Finally, we will never forget those who helped us accomplish the raid. Ever. Garrett. Yeah, confirming those who are no longer with us. Pedro, Ashura Doji, Izo, like really confirming to you Izo's gone, and Yasue. That was a nice connection from Carrot to Otoko. He's still a little nervous. Get him on. What should I do? What else should I say? Just show off a little. You're just a figurehead, Momo? And if there's anything left in the world that could scare you, the name my father gave me means peerless. If I leave this country, even the ruined land will turn into Xanadu. I need you to work and help me make it happen. Transcending 20 years of time, I am here to save you all. Oh, there he is. And from now on, I, Kozuki Momonosuke, will rule the land of Wano. He is, look, a handsome motherfucker. I still am so conflicted about how we got here, though. Like, I made it known when the manga came out, and I'm making it known here. I feel so bad about his lot in life. Like, it's one thing that he missed out on being in this land for 20 years, but in both mind and body, his childhood was stolen from him. Like, no one will ever understand that he essentially is a child. For some, things stood still for them for 20 years, metaphorically, but for him, it was literally. He is an 8-year-old child in the body of a man. And going forward from here on out, what kind of life could he live? What kind of relationships could he have? It's, more than anyone dying, that is like the most bitter thing of all. I always thought if he had managed to remain a child, he could at least have the luxury of that to some degree. But no, he really doesn't. Oh, Kinemon. Momonosuke. Oh my god. You're looking good though, Momonosuke. All that postulating just to be crying up a storm. Mother, I will keep my promise to you. Father, I will follow in your footsteps. Momonosuke. Oh, Chopper just working up a storm. The real Shogun family came back. We were waiting for you. Momonosuke, a new dawn has come. In the skies of the future, as a warrior sheathes his sword, flower petals flutter. This is the famous samurai country. The 8-year-old handsome man gazes up at the cherry blossoms. At night, Hiyori. He is more loyal and empathetic than anyone else. Good. This is something that I was a lot of people said needed to happen in the manga. It's just like, freaking hug your sister, God. I mean, I think it did, but it's like, we didn't really get that reunion of the two. He is more loyal and empathetic than anyone else. He is not a man of great strength. Oof. The great Shogun of the land of Wano, Kozuki Momonosuke. The great Shogun of the land of Wano, Kozuki Momonosuke, who will earn his place in history, now rises. Yeah. Like, ultimately it is known that, despite everything, he's not strong like his father. He has the bloodline of his father, he has the powers of Kaido, and yet he is not a physically strong person, but in terms of mentality, he does become strong. And essentially the ending kind of leads into a lot of what happens after the fact. Like, I think in like the next 2 episodes, essentially that's where a lot of what happens in the ending takes place. And in the opening too, because it's Momonosuke kind of reminiscing on a lot of what happened. Yeah, gathering supplies to head out, which really does kind of show that the ending kind of spoils a lot of things, but it is what it is. Otoko giving respects at a shrine for their fallen comrades, and then you see Momonosuke getting ready to see off the Straw Hats. And the next episode is a recap, of course, because ultimately we went hard with the animation, and we need some time to get things in order. Which I don't mind. It's like, give the animators a little extra time to work on things. But a great place to kind of cap things off, go into a recap, and then have more episodes as you go. Got emotional, of course. No way I couldn't. You show me Tama's backstory and I'm gonna cry. But the anime has handled a lot of things beautifully. That's ultimately the thing. With each adaptation, each version of One Piece, there are things that they do that I don't like and things that they do that I do like. The manga has its ups and downs too. Sometimes certain visuals aren't clear. Sometimes they skip over very important things that I would have loved to have seen. Certain plot baits just, I feel, aren't given the time to really linger on, because we're just trying to hit the plot beats after plot beat. I haven't felt like the One Piece manga has really taken its time with certain things the way it should have, or the way it used to. Not saying I hate it. One Piece is still one of my favorite manga series of all time, but I can't just mindlessly love it, even if I do love it. The anime, of course, the pacing issues, complete inverse of the manga, where they draw certain things out, reaction shot, repeat shots, this, that, and the other, which is understandable, but it's like, look, if you're gonna put filler in, put in filler that adds to things. Though I will admit, more recent animation that doesn't include stuff like that sometimes don't give moments time to really breathe. Like, I feel like certain series, they don't know how to hit that equilibrium. Either they extend something that really doesn't need to be extended, or they shorten moments that really feels like, hey, give me a moment to kind of soak this in a little bit. One Piece is kind of archaic in the fact that it really still does a lot of the older practices because it's an ongoing anime. Whereas seasonal anime, they're really trying to hit certain moments and strike that balance of, how long do you linger on this? When should you include some filler material and stuff like that? You sometimes put in a little bit of filler that, gives some highlight to something that you feel needs that little extra, little bit more. Because a lot of stuff in terms of Kaido's flashback, Tama's flashback, Toko's flashback, the anime has included that little bit extra that beefed it up and made it a little bit better than what we saw in the manga, at least in my opinion. And even the One Piece live action, they've included stuff that I wish the manga had, that I wish the anime had. Little moments that just make me go, damn, I like the way the live action did this. Not everything, but just certain things that I wish they did. Feels like you're on the cusp of this perfect One Piece adaptation, somewhere a little bit in the middle of all that. But as a whole, just makes me love One Piece in general. But, this is just me basically reminiscing on a lot of the events, because this is a conclusion to something that has been going on for a decade. Punk Hazard, in terms of the anime, was 10 years ago, and so many things paid off. The alliance between Law and Luffy to take down Kaido, uniting with Momonosuke and Kinemon, the production of Sad and Smile and all that good stuff by Caesar Clown. Dude, shoot, even going back to Fishman Island because of Jinbei saying he'd join in Fishman Island and getting it in this story arc. Despite the fact that we didn't experience that great expanse of time, we were waiting, whether we knew it or not, a decade's worth of time for the freeing of Wano. This moment here made me actually kind of glad that Kinemon didn't die. Conflicted about Kikunojo, just because I would have either preferred, I kind of would have preferred Kiku Eizo to both have lived just because, like, you were only reunited briefly for the first time in 20 years, only for Eizo to die. It's just like, damn! But hey, that's enough out of me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the ride. How did you feel about the conclusion of Wano? Well, I mean, we still have some things to wrap up, but how did you feel about all of this? How do you feel about the way Momonosuke looked? I mean, ultimately, he's still an 8-year-old. Yeah, there's no getting around that, which conflicting feeling, but it is what it is. So again, let me know your thoughts, and until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.